This graph with an intercept of 100 and a slope of a half can be graphed off of the table onto the chart. Now, what I haven't done yet is I'm going to add $50 to each. All right, so the next step here is to show what happens when you add the rest of the economy. And again, like I said, all it is going to shift up the curve a little bit higher. It does two things. It's an increase in spending of $100. And so you can view it first as what happens when you add some spending. And we'll see that GDP goes up. Secondly, you can see that it multiplies. All right, so besides showing that it's the whole economy, we can actually see that more spending raises GDP. $100 of spending is actually going to make GDP go up to 400. And so let me show you this. If I add 100 here with zero income, this becomes 200. All right, if I add 100 here, right, this goes to 250. All right, what this means is that there's always 100, there's always half of this, but all these numbers get $100 added on. All right, so I could just take this column and add 100 every time. 300, but if you look now, you still have to spend more. This is your new spending. In other words, if you're spending 300 and you're earning 200, you're now no longer in equilibrium. Right? We're going to have to keep going down the chart to see what happens. This is going to be 350. This is going to be 400. Now, if you look at income and the new spending, this is the new crossing point. And if you look, we added 100. GDP went up by 200. So that's the multiplier effect. If the multiplier is 2 and I add 100, GDP goes up by 200. That's the multiplier effect. All right, and I can keep going as well. 450, 500, 550. And if you look here, I'm earning 500 and I'm spending 450. Now I'm starting to save. All right, so this is no coincidence. It's going to look exactly like I drew it in the previous lecture. If I graph C plus I plus G, I go to 0 income and 200 spending. If I go income of 100, spending is now 250. If I make income 200, spending is 300. All right, this line is exactly what I said. Every point is shifted up exactly where I said it would be. All right, so it just takes the whole line, it doesn't turn it, it just moves the whole line up parallel. Our new crossing point, 400 equals 400. At this point, there's no dissaving or saving. So adding spending makes GDP go up. So this is the full model with the entire economy, consumption, government, and investment.